So that was like the big thing about these mics. So it's like getting like the AT2020s. I really enjoyed them a lot because you can. What is this dynamic or which one is this?
This is, I believe, a dynamic mic. Yeah. So it's like for
cardio. So AT2020s are cardio mic. So you got more range.
Like large diaphragm. Condenser.
Yeah. So dynamic is like right here.
Dynamic is right here. Yeah. Like broadcasters. Whoa, I can't believe he just did you say he go on 10? This is that, you know. That's what these are made for.
It stresses me out because like I kick it in when I hear this. Like this is when people are talking and we're doing a podcast and they're like this, you're like, come on.
Talk to me.
So I'm doing the YouTube, right? It's okay. It's live on YouTube.
Yeah. You send it to grandparents, your mail lady, grandpa, the phone party click.
The phone party click is jumping.
I know, dude.
Phone party click is organic. It's organic, and so my followers are real. They're active.
Dude, you
didn't buy them on Fiverr?
She's got things going on Facebook.
That's good. I mean, you hustle. I've been following. You hustle, girl. Like
I like the organic follow. I like the communication. My work is for community anyway, so to be able to communicate hands-on physically is a better approach to begin with.
Well, you care.
Yeah, I definitely care. I care probably a little too much.
That's like 99% of life. Like,
dude, that realization felt so simple, but it was so profound.
Yeah,
just care and try, and try, and she does it. She doesn't just try; she does it.
I can tell.
And that's
you hustle too. All right, drop this intro, and guys, share away. And then we're about to get into like a really cool podcast. Gulf Coast phone party. Blake and Megan are here, and there's a lot of stuff why they do it, what it means to them and the community. So I mean, just tune in. This is gonna be sick. It's kind of like dinner in the movie.
We're excited.
Brad J, I love you.
We awful home, auto, muscle, builders, lips, and life is rich.
Oliver's good.
Oliver Shots is rich.
What a platinum tooth.
Yeah. So does he look more like you or your wife?
Just like you.
Little Emily or little
Jordan?
Jordan?
In the eyes, it's Emily. So in the eyes is Emily.
So do y'all pull like baby pictures though around the age, and you're like, he looks like me at this age, and he looks at me at this age?
Emily does.
Emily, well, yeah, I mean that might be a girl thing, but
no, I don't do it. she try to like.
Do you have a lot of like childhood pictures that you even can think of that you resemble to? Is that even something that you think of? Because that why you don't do it? You know, like you don't really.
We look a lot alike. There's a lot of like childhood photos of me. Yeah, we look a lot alike.
Our youngest
you know
son,
what you look like. You look at him and you see you.
Yeah, it's my kid.
Yeah.
Our youngest son looks just like Blake. Funny enough, though, he is identical to my oldest son, who I had before me and Blake got together. But I mean, like, you can't, if you put the two pictures of them at the same ages, you cannot tell a difference.
When me and Nielsen go places, they don't think he's not mine. He looks like me too.
That's dope.
And he is mine. So.
I mean, it's a lot of work being a parent. We all know that.
We got 3.
It's a lot of work for sure.
Got 1. That's a lot. 3 is.
Dude, 2 was like.
He thinks we have 3. I'm pretty sure I have 4. 4 kids are in my house.
I'm the 4th. In case that you didn't catch that. That's what she.
It is a lot of work to take care of a household.
So she's saying that like
with a man who fully trusts his wife.
It's your main child, pretty much.
Basically, that's what's being said.
He made this comment one day. He was like, "Dude, I feel like I live in a video game. I like wear clothes and take them off, and they just respawn clean in my closet."
Cheers to that, bro.
And the meals are cooked well.
And it really
She's
is
a great. She's actually a really good cook, dude. Like when you have the wife checklist, you're like, she's like.
I'll tell you right now, like I'll start doing small things. Like I'll start washing the dishes, put them in the dishwasher.
I do things.
Yeah, put them.
undermines it a lot. But dude, I switch the laundry.
He does
I do the
things
dishes,
I
the
ask.
trash.
Hey, we go flip the
I do-
laundry.
hey, look.
Hey,
I
it's time
do-
for the dishes.
Well,
I changed diapers, dude.
And look,
You know
that's
how many
helpful.
diapers my dad changed?
Okay,
Zero.
it's to be broken.
I'm
Men
just
should
saying.
be hands-on nowadays. Just
I'm
because your
just
parents
saying.
weren't doesn't mean that you shouldn't be. You definitely should be.
Well, I mean,
Sad.
I think the big thing for me is I'm a little complacent when it comes to like clothes. So like, yeah, my clothes do reappear neat and clean, and I leave them around sometimes. Shout out to Emily, I love you, girl. But that's it's part of life.
Yeah.
You're figuring it out, but this, it's as I get older, I'm getting better at it.
Yeah, and we just can't afford a maid yet.
Well, hey,
No, I
7
don't think
years
I'll ever have
in,
somebody in my house
we
besides my
used to
family.
afford a maid.
Eh,
7 years
I will.
in, I will say this is a different man. Like 7 years ago, there was no how. 7 years, he did not know how to wash the laundry 7 years ago. At least
That's not
that
true.
is
That is
so
just simply
true. No,
not true.
we're not gonna go
I've
there.
always known how to do laundry.
Yeah, but y'all are
You just do the laundry. That's it.
all right. Let's
That's
get
all.
into it though. Like y'all are from here. You're from here, and where are you from, Megan?
I'm from Ocean Springs.
Born and raised.
Born and raised. I was born at Keesler Air Force Base. Grew up in Ocean Springs. I went to middle school, grade school, high school, graduated, went to Ole Miss.
What year?
2009.
And Blake, what year for you?
For me, I was Gulfport 2013.
Oh, you're robbing the cradle right now.
I got me a cougar.
So, what made y'all like? So, I know we're talking a little bit, but y'all went to LA.
Yes.
When did y'all move to LA?
2017.
2017.
Well,
was-
I mean 2018. It was December. It was December of 2017. We went out there to play
so
around.
I made it out to LA because of music. I had a really random opportunity to go work with a singer, Ellie Douay. She's actually from here also. And so I made it out there. And then once I got there, I started to see kind of a path. And I decided I wanted to stay. I wanted to be there long term. And whenever just randomly met her, I was back here and like literally just been with her since.
The meat story is so funny.
Let's hear about this.
My girlfriend, Blake was in the process of building a social following, and so he coined his new name right just a couple months prior to that of Blunt God. So my girlfriend, me and Blake were connected.
Jesus Christ.
We were
That's good,
connected
though.
through a friend, and my friend was like, "Hey, I had this friend down there. She was out in California, and she's like, I've got this friend down there, and you should link up with him." And I'm thinking, like, okay, so someone came into town. She had told me about it days prior.
She thought I was not from here.
I thought he was not from here. Okay. And so I see
Weird.
in my Snapchat,
I'm like-
Blunt God pops in my Snapchat, and I ignore it for days because I'm like, troll. I'm like, nah,
What was
not.
his followers then? Like, what was his followers like then?
Oh, there wasn't much. It wasn't
There,
that
I was
he
probably
that was
there was like 5,000 a
he
day on through like Snapchat maybe.
you're not in the
Nothing
thousands
crazy.
yet. It was really low. It was pretty low. He blew the transition from, because he had just started that. So the transition though from there to where he went to happened almost overnight. It was really the energy that he was putting into the videos, into the Snapchat videos. The Snapchat is what blew up for him. His views did go up to like 5,000 in a week, and then they jumped up to like 10,000, and quick enough they were in the 100,000s. And so, but the story is that he came down here, and I was cruising the coast, and I ignored this Blunt God in my.
Hold on, I got to
Snapchat.
record this. Hold on a second. Hold on. I honestly, sorry guys, I forgot about recording the backup video.
That's okay.
That's okay.
So we need to redo the I want to hear the Instagram thing on the recorded footage because I have. I ain't gonna lie. That's recorded now. So just in case back up, but sorry.
And we're still live.
Yeah, we're live, but I like having recorded, but I keep forgetting to record. Let's be honest. So, all right, you went into saying that. So when y'all got together, it was a couple hundred followers, started growing, and his name Blunt God.
His name was Blunt God, which is why I ignored him. I was a single mom. I was doing my thing down here, and I had seen this come through my Snapchat, and you can click on the story feed, before you add someone, and I was like, yep, nope. And then a few days later, for whatever reason was like, wait a minute.
I remember the first message.
Wait a minute. I think this might have been the person I was supposed to link up with. And I was like, oh shit. So I message him and I'm like, you're not Sarah's friend, are you? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh crap. So I add him. I'm like, dude, I'm so sorry. Like, it's Cruising the Coast. I don't know if you've ever been to it before. Dude who grew up in Gulfport did not say anything, by the way, until like the next day. So he's like, yeah, I'll come scoop you up. I'll come pick you up. And I'm like, well, I've got a son. And at this point, I'm thinking this is so platonic. Then I'm like, yeah, okay, bring my son along. Okay, we clicked so fast. We were walking down Cruising the Coast. He's just, I'll buy you a drink. You want a drink? Let's go take a walk with the kid to the gas station and put him in the shark head. And it was the cutest little first date thing that wasn't actually a first date. And then that's just the story. But and then the day later, he's like, yeah, Sarah was I was supposed to come down here. I was supposed to come down here to meet Sarah, but I'm just staying at my sister's house. And I was like, your sister? I was like, are you from here? And I was like, I just introduced you to the whole Gulf Coast town and like showed you Cruising the Coast, and did you have been to it your whole life? So that was the story between us meeting. I legitimately thought he was just some kid out in California who got sent down here to hang out, do whatever they were doing with their promotions down here, because he had known B Pace and they were doing video promotions, and that was wild for me. And then we clicked, and we actually went to Los Angeles, not even 2 months later. That was October, November, December. Not even 2 months later, we were together. I dropped everything, put everything together in the house, and moved us out. We moved out to Los Angeles with my son, with my 4-year-old son at the time, who is now 10.
Yeah, I like hearing it from her point of view, because I have my point of view as well, and so it's interesting.
Hey, that's Plaid right there. Hey, what's up?
Yo, Plowdy Wowdy, what's good, my boy?
He's a sweetheart.
He is.
I Can't Hurt was from my old podcast, and I'm probably gonna bring it into my intro for my podcast I have now. But I Can't Hurt is I'm a SoundCloud listener. Like, I am that guy. I love.
Yeah, I've found some SoundCloud.
Well, SoundCloud is one of the things where you just like. SoundCloud has a different genre, so when you play a song, they'll bring you to another artist, and you go further and further into that world.
It is, and I think that's what it was designed for. It was probably 2013 whenever I found Post Malone on SoundCloud, and his song, I think it was not White Iverson. I think it was the one before. Like, I don't. Too Young, I think is what it was.
I don't know.
It had like maybe 20,000 plays on it, and then I watched it go from like 20,000 to 100,000 to 1 million to 10 million, and I think it's like 7. Oh, I don't even know where it's at now, but I wouldn't doubt it if it's over 100 million. So it's just, SoundCloud was like a whole thing in and of itself, and so I did try to take advantage of that little niche as well.
And I think
as
that all
I
the
built
OGs
the social platforms, I was
still
like,
using SoundCloud.
With SoundCloud. Yeah, I think SoundCloud's for the people.
I think, yeah. I mean, most of it, I'm more into like the acoustic, like folk music, like the Zach Bryan style.
Like
but
Oliver Anthony.
No, I mean, no. I mean, it's good. Too, like, I like more like house lo-fi style.
We love Zach Bryan.
I'm lo-fi. Like, you walk in, I'm like it's more.
Yeah, that's what I like. That I like if we're just chilling, definitely like chill.
Remember when every night at dinner I used to make us play coffee jazz?
Yeah, jazz for
that was during COVID. I was pregnant too, and
I was in Chatsworth.
Every night I'd sit everyone at the dinner table and go to the music room and blare the speakers out of the studio.
Like we got
and play coffee jazz.
You picked them up. You my case.
I did. Yeah, I see. We have the HS8s, and I have some. I was trying to think of the name of it. I can't remember it. They're
the Yamahas.
Yamaha. No, wait, not.
We have Yamaha. We have
the HS8s, and then what are those 7s? They're like Adams Audio AX7 or A7X or something like that. Just another recommendation from an engineer in California that was he was like, this is the most true sound. So I was like, all right, cool. I like true. Let's get that. And then
Yeah, I think our
but
speakers and our mics
we've
are what we pay
always
the
just
most
had
attention to.
the studio monitors just like going. Like we just keep it, whether I'm listening to a podcast or a educational video about something that I want to learn,
Dancing in the house with the kids.
or music. That's like the go-to. Like if we're just
We
like
try to
waking up,
actively involve our children with music.
my
They're
daughter
all
has
musically
certain
inclined.
songs that she loves me singing her. Like she wants me to. She's like,
Our kids
"Dad,
make
play this
songs.
song."
They
Yeah,
legitimately rap on the mic and
they
make
do,
music.
yeah.
I mean,
I
yeah.
put my
So
kids
Nora,
on the
she's
mic a lot.
4.
Yeah.
There's a lot of gibberish
Starting
with
from when they were
Nora.
like 1, like when she was like 2, I think was the first time that I put.
Well,
her
that's
on the
but
mic.
that's good for like creative mind.
Nielsen,
That's
Yeah.
a good. creative
Nielsen made
move.
an entire song with Blake about God
yeah,
and how
yeah,
to
put it
trust
out.
God and to put him first and food on the
Yeah.
table. I mean, it was really good. It was a rap song too. It was good.
It was, yeah.
It was good.
Because I started. So when I record my music, I'll just kind of go in there and like I freestyle. So it's not like I don't have anything written before I start recording. Most of the times, if I get the inspiration, I'll look for like producers send me beats a lot. So I'll go in. So first I'll go check out what they've sent me, play those. If anything kind of like hits a note, hits a chord, then I'll be like, all right, plug that into the Pro Tools, record. And then I'll just, whatever comes to the mind is what's getting
So
recorded.
you're right off the beat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, I like to do it the first time I hear the beat. I don't want to like, sometimes like if I know if I feel it really hard, whenever I hear it for the first time, I'm like, okay, let me pause. Like I'm 12 seconds in, this shit's hard. Let me wait until I get into my studio to put it in Pro Tools so I can plug into the mic and record whatever comes the first time that I'm listening to it. So that's kind of how I like to work. And I kind of learned that in LA because a lot of the producers out there, that's at least songwriters, I would say, and producers, they work together hand in hand, but that's how it happens. So you'll have like a producer, they come in, most of the time they'll scratch it right there with the new beat, like the piano or a lot. There's these things called MPs.
That's cool as shit, Blake.
Yeah. So you make the beat, and then whatever, in my true belief, I think that whatever comes right there on the spot is what was meant to be.
I think that's how Plowd is too. Like, I mean, Plowd's freestyled a lot. I mean, for us for years, and that's been like,
yeah, Plowd's fucking awesome.
I watch Preston like freestyle. I'm like, dude, there's no way.
Gang,
Like, it gives you chills. Like B Pace was sitting there when we did a freestyle on a podcast, and B Pace was sitting next to Preston, and the way Preston performed, Plowd was just like,
yeah. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, they're way more lyrical than me. Like I know a lot of rappers that can rap really good, and I can freestyle. It's fun. I like to have fun with it. But when I go on the beat,
I'm laughing because Blake ends up making.
I will make no words.
Yeah,
like,
so he makes great songs at the end, but the beginning is hilarious. He'll be like, "Yeah, I know what word."
It's a moan.
It's
the
a
melody. Yeah,
it's a melody. I'm creating the melody of like the song, and then we're like, okay, that melody is gonna be the hook. These are gonna be the verses, and then right to that.
So y'all all do the same shit. Y'all are like you, Preston, and Pace. Y'all all do the same
process.
Yeah,
most likely, yeah, because they're on the high level. They know how to do it.
But the thing, y'all love each other though. Like y'all actually do. Like that's one thing I'll say. It's like the way they interact. Like when I watch, like I said, go back to Pace and Preston. Like the way they look at each other when they're getting the like I guess now you said melody is what it's called. It's like love. They're like, yeah.
Tuning an instrument, so it's like you're like, okay, yeah, right. Fuck yeah, that's it right there. Like that's, and you kind of like hit these.
And it's always
pockets.
great when you have an engineer who's hyping you up too, because engineers have a really good ear. So when they hear a certain sound that goes with a beat, and they can hone the artist into that sound, and they're hyping you up on that. I mean, it kind of secures your feeling for what you're doing, even though it wasn't your idea. Essentially, it was the engineer's idea, but they make you feel like what you're doing is working in a sense. You get what I'm saying? But the engineer is a very important part of the whole process. Without your engineer, you're not, there is no
the way I described it,
I mean,
first
there's a
time-
lot of self people. We can sit down and do our own engineering, of course, but
So-
you know, to have a good engineer on your team hitting stop and record for you while you're sitting behind a booth.
and that's what Brandon and Plow do that amazes me is they have engineered this craft down to they can do everything that comes with it. That's not me. I'm not the guy that can do all the things. I can do a little bit, and I have pushed harder on the vocal recording side because I see the like that's more of like my path, I guess, as far as like creating brands and building like a wave, so to speak. So I've essentially created the Blunt God and now Spaceship BG, but to prove a concept, because I was like, I know what needs to be done in order to make something go, and so but there has to be money into it. And so once I had to do it like with myself so that I could one day be like, hey guys, like this is what we need to do on that side of it. Which
Also
as
behind
far
the
as
point that
on
he
the
wanted to
creative
build
side,
a musical
I'm not
empire.
that great. Like I'm not the best
But
artist.
but
Like,
you enjoy it. He
I
enjoys
do
it.
enjoy it.
So
I
he
love it.
wants
I love
he
it.
he essentially
I love
has
it.
what he's not saying is that his main goal there, the underlying goal is that he wanted to create a musical empire. And so he knew that if he put himself in the limelight in the way that he knew would make it work, i.e. creating that promotional hype on a brand not meaning the person who's at the song that's being sung, but who it's being sung by. So
Right.
making your hype on your artist creates sell points to something that doesn't even matter.
No, and a lot of this is gonna be like say you want to be an artist today, or like we want to fucking blow the stream out of the water, and like you have 100,000 people on here. Like, okay, the first thing I would say is like, what's your budget? Of course, obviously that's always the thing. And then, but next is gonna be like, you know, you're gonna come back and you're gonna ask me like, what's gonna be your return on investment? Like, you're gonna put this money out. What is it gonna do for you? Nothing. It's gonna draw attention. That's it. You're gonna make $0 off of this. You're gonna put this money into it. I'm gonna say a first time promo, $2,500. That's not a small piece of change. What is it gonna do for you? Nothing. But then you have to do it again and again and again. And
Well,
again.
what it feels
And
like is
over
nothing. Well, let's
time-
correct
Over time, that's when you see the result.
because
so
that
as
attraction is
someone
doing
who-
something. It's just not gaining a profit for you.
No,
and
financially,
people's
as a
goal,
business,
right? So people's goal
it
is
does
always
nothing.
thinking, how am I going to make money off of this? And
Until
you're not going to
it
make money
does.
until you allow it, until you build the money to be made.
And then when it does, it's almost like, so I've watched one of my friends, Dan.
So hold on real quick though. With me at this podcast, I'll burn this thing on the ground. I just enjoy it.
Yeah.
I really just honestly, I don't even consider this thing like I can see branding myself on with having a show, but it's like it was just cool for me to get up past the point of this podcast maybe become more myself.
Yeah.
It's kind of creepy to say that, but it's like
No,
be uncomfortable.
There's a lot of freedom on a podcast. So it gives you a lot of range.
dude, when I
And we're on a
first
live
started,
show.
And
It's live.
You're not
takesies,
scared.
backsies.
You know, you're not representing somebody else. And of course, a good business person always considers the other party. But you know, when it is yours, you have a lot more range to be who you want to be.
But so on the situation we were talking about branding and stuff.
Right.
Y'all have been in LA for 5 years?
We were there for 7 years.
7 years?
Well, 6 years.
6 years?
We just got back.
But you watched a lot. Like you watched how they brand stuff.
We moved so fast out there is what
Yeah.
it was. Like, so we did see a lot and we saw a lot because of how quickly
became
we were
locals.
networking. Local to what mattered,
I
to the
mean-
scene that we were on,
I
to the
mean that-
cannabis scene and the music scene.
I mean that sincerely. We became locals. We delved into the people, and when you like put yourself out there and you're it's not home, but we were like we live here. This is our life. Like we're gonna live here, and so the locals, the true locals, began to
yeah, I never made a single friend out there.
kind of
Not one that I still have.
It's like any place, bro. Like it's a small town.
We gained community
small
friends.
town,
We
and
gained,
so there's
But y'all
cliques,
made money there, right?
and there's people who are like, yeah, we're gonna.
of course,
we'll
we
let
made
you-
money
we'll let
because
you
there's
in
money
on the-
there. When there's money to be spent, there's money to
What's
be
y'all's
made.
most like week, like let's say 2 weeks paycheck? What's y'all's first like 2 weeks y'all made in LA?
I don't
I'll
really
just give
wanna
you
get- I don't
transparency
wanna
on.
get
No, that's fine. On a low end, on promotions, just promotions. I'll put it in perspective. Promotions sell for about $3,000 on the low end. So when we're doing 10 promotions a week, that's 30 grand. On the low end, we were doing about 22,000 a month, and that's just on our promotions. And we had a lot of other things we worked
Holy
in.
shit!
And
That's good.
that's awesome.
That's
Yeah.
great.
And what
Allegedly.
and while some people are, scared of what that brings on, I was excited for it. Blake wanted it. Blake fits the part, between his sound and his image, and for whatever reason, people like to watch him smoke
Like you
weed.
said,
I just gravitate towards Blake.
It's not, and we were talking about
I
this
have the same thing he has.
before we went live. We talked about it a little bit, but it's kind of the gaming thing. It's not about who's the best.
No, hell
It's
no.
more about the personality
Yeah.
and like branding the face, like having the distinct look. Like we both have the beard. Like that's you get.
Well, also we
there's-
keep it pretty real. I mean, there was
and
there was a lot of
authenticity has been the
yeah.
number one. Like
we should have been being paid for a reality TV show.
I know, but
Hell
even that over doing $10,000 a month, $15,000 a month is a lot of money for y'all over there.
It's a lot of
No,
money for
over there,
That
it
was,
was nothing.
we couldn't keep up. We weren't keeping up. 30 grand a month. My bills were 17 grand a month.
Jeez.
Yeah, I was not
Yeah.
keeping up.
no,
That's
that we're.
I mean, yeah, I drove
talking-
a nice car. We drive nice car.
It was-
We were able to get things from that.
it was an experience.
And we
I
invested
think-
in real things like our furniture in our home. We have a $4,000 grand, dining room table. Like we invested in things that mattered for our family with that money. But as far as like making a lot of money, like no, it's hard to keep up. So a lot of that money is depleted on living expenses.
Just for a little bit of reference, if you have a business and you want to live somewhere, let's say you're renting. So your rent here is what would we say is our average rent here?
Probably like $1,250.
She's-
Okay.
Damn, you nailed it, girl.
$12.50.
What do you
So
think rent is
What are we
out
looking
there?
at in California?
3.
At least.
Yeah.
That's
And-
a minimum on a 2-bedroom. Rent's about
Most
4,500
likely, if you have
on
a
a
family
on a
like we
2-bedroom.
do, and we
with
had
no yard.
kids, multiple, and even if you just have one kid, you got to have more than one bedroom. So if you're talking, you have a family, you want to be in a nice area, you're
In
paying.
California, you got to have more than one bedroom. Down here, they bunk them
I
up.
still get the notifications on Zillow because I would love to make it back to California one day once my kids are grown up, and because I want my kids to be raised here.
Yeah.
Like this is where you raise kids. This is like if there was anything that this place is good for, it's raising kids.
Being able to
Like-
raise kids by your own terms.
Yeah, I mean, and I say that like
I would rather have my
wholeheartedly. I
kids
mean, California is trying to like
in
do
better
crazy
school
things
systems.
as far as like the legislature to decide what the kids can and can't do.
Yeah, California's
And
governor
I'm
is
just like, no, I'm gonna go get some acres in Mississippi where my blood is from, and we're gonna fucking do it how we're
So
gonna
y'all
do
moved here because of all the political stuff with kids.
back
100%
here.
COVID.
Back here. We came back here because
That's
our
right.
family's
Dude.
here. A lot of the reason is my grandmother is 82 years old and is like my mother, more of my mother. And she's we retired her when we came back here. We retired her. We got her
an
to retire.
Amazing woman. Like
And I
her
opened up Gulf
story-
Coast Phone Party actually with her on my back and to give her something to be like, you can leave. My grandmother's she was being a hairstylist at the Grand Casino Spa and her own salon that she owns at her house. And so she was still doing that at 81 years old.
And
And I was
don't
like,
know
it's
if I don't know if she said it, but
time to stop.
she's like the true definition of like living the American dream. So she was born in Hiroshima, and she is 100% Japanese. She is.
So my
Looking
grandmother's
at Megan, you
family,
wouldn't guess that.
my
but-
grandmother's
I can
family,
tell she's Japanese.
No, her grandmother is literally 100%.
I love
Japanese,
animes. So
Born and raised. Okay.
my grandmother was actually very, very wealthy growing up. She had maids that took care of her. Her family owned all the schools out in Japan, which they sold now. My
It's-
grandmother's
She's
parents are both deceased
amazing
now.
woman. She came to America. She lived.
But
in American
and she
dream.
didn't
bought
take any of
property.
that money, not a single dollar, as many times as she was offered. She married my grandfather, who took baths in a river growing up, like
Real Mississippi shit, boy.
0 to 100. And
Can I vape in here?
and now
Yeah.
and now
Okay.
yeah. So
Shit.
she worked really hard her whole life, and we wanted to kind of like help her.
So hold up though. Let's be honest though. The best anime is Initial D. Like it's
Honestly, I am not
don't
an
know
anime
anything about
guy.
anime.
I know
My
about
son
anime
does.
titties. That's about
Shut
it.
up.
Is it? Wait, can I say things like that on here?
yeah, I don't care. Like, this is not for kids.
No, my content is not for kids either.
Yeah, I don't
Just
want that.
put it
I
like
mean,
that.
look, I got a minivan. Like, I want like this is more like
Right, like I'm a
after
dad,
hours. Like,
but don't watch what I do.
Yeah.
Just do what I say.
I think a lot of my feedback is through, even not even like on the live situation, because it moves like certain spots, but it's mainly the real like the real ones that just sit there and like at night they just.
That's what I imagined. Like, because that's what
You don't want
happened
your
for
kids
me.
to watch this.
No.
Like, there's
I
no
mean,
way.
just-
There's no way you'd be
Dude,
there like.
my
That's
kid-
why I
okay.
didn't make an OnlyFans.
Excuse me, but my kids and I tried. But look, listen.
And I
my-
literally wanted
my
to make an
kids are
OnlyFans,
not
like just
gonna
cooking in the
sit-
kitchen. It was a great idea,
Let's
but
just be real. My kids aren't sitting through a podcast.
we have kids.
They're not going to listen to people talk. What the
Nielsen
fuck?
will.
They're
Come
not.
on.
Nielsen.
Nielsen listens to podcasts. Our 10-year-old.
No.
No, but
It-
but honestly, don't do that though. Like, this is kind of like our little conversation stuff. Like, no, I do not want Oliver to get in a podcast. Like, he's more into Power Rangers.
Yeah,
Let him
exactly.
be
That's
Power Rangers.
that's-
Let
yeah.
the kids be kids.
Let
Let
them
their
be
kids.
kids,
Yeah.
let the kids be
That's
kids.
why I have that.
Let the
That's why I'm
adults be
straddling
adults.
the fence over: do I take away video games or do I keep video games? Not just because he's good at them, but I mean because that's childhood.
And
You
look,
know,
I'll
like
say,
should I be so
I am
hard?
pro video game. I am.
I'm pro video game.
I'm-
No,
I-
that
the-
sounds so dumb
no,
to me
it's
as a
not,
female hearing
because
two dudes say I'm pro
we
video
were born.
game.
Look,
Of course y'all are. Y'all love video
30s,
games. Well, you
we're
went
in our
professional
30s.
though.
we're talking. No, yeah, he went professional.
Yeah, I mean,
we're talking
so-
to somebody who went
professional streamer, not like professional like
But-
try hard. I mean,
no,
I
yeah,
pub
but you're
stomp.
talking phase.
Yeah.
You're talking.
Well, no, I mean,
Did you sell cards
You're
as kids?
talking. You're.
cards.
You know, like build gaming cards and sell them off at.
Did you ever
Hell
build a
no.
RuneScape?
No,
Did you
I thought that
ever
was a
build-
thing.
No, hold
I'm
on.
not a video gamer.
No.
I thought that was a thing.
Did you ever?
I
build-
never had a car collection. This is so weird.
No,
I would
like-
never do
like-
that.
I did that.
I know you did. I did too.
Hold on, a
Baseball cards.
collection.
I don't
No.
care. I didn't have cards.
Baseball cards.
Okay, what are y'all? We were talking about video game. You know,
No,
video
but back to the video games.
I didn't have
you.
it.
And this is gonna expose.
No,
This is
you
gonna
play
expose
video-
me.
you,
I'm
like-
gonna feel embarrassed.
you rank people up to like 50s and then sell the rank
Have
cards.
you
to
ever
them.
leveled up a RuneScape account and sold
Oh
it?
my gosh.
No.
That's what.
I did
Hell
that.
no.
I did that.
Yeah. So, like, honestly, Pop One podcast, Pop One team, that's plowed shit. He'll tell you. No.
Well, that's different games.
Hell no.
Those are different.
I'm not playing no
types.
cards.
I'm interested. If I had the time to learn it, I would. I just don't have the fucking time. I sit there all day, every day, doing shit for other people. All day. By other people, I mean my wife and my kids and my customers.
We do a lot. We do a
And
lot
I don't
all
have time
day.
to think about the things
Well,
that
look,
I want to learn.
we just started
Unless
a
it
new
makes money.
startup, which is what we do like every other month. It feels like is a new startup.
She gets mad at me about it. I start too many
Wait.
businesses.
I mean, that happens.
Yeah.
In the beginning of a
It's
startup,
fun.
though, there's
I
a
love
lot
it.
of
I love it.
it's a lot of daytime running around, talking to people, answering emails, putting yourself in the places you need to be in. A lot of like 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. hours of life.
But if you can't
Doing
dream,
what matters
but if
to
you
you.
can't, if you can't dream, just don't do anything. Like if you
feel
can't,
the same
if
way.
you
We're
can't
all
have it, like, yeah.
dreaming. Why live
Why
a
don't we
nightmare?
let's teach them how to dream
They know how to dream. They suppress it.
rather than telling them not to do anything.
No,
Let's
they
teach
know how.
people.
They know how to dream.
how-
They suppress it. It is.
They don't. They yeah.
There's a subconscious programming
Suppressing
that is
though
that is broadcasted
is
through
all
in our school systems, and that subconscious programming
and all that's
sticks,
okay.
And but,
Suppression is arguably
and so then
not
they
is
feel it. They have
just
the
not
feeling,
knowing though.
But they
You suppress things because
suppress it.
you're unaware to go forward. You don't know what things entail. You don't know.
fear of the unknown.
so I was 19. So went from gaming, but 19, Jana King owned a franchise. Still to this day, own a franchise.
What franchise is that?
A commercial cleaning, janitorial business.
My family. I have some family members that do that.
So, but Jana King, I bought a franchise, and then
Okay, good.
and then I think I was 26.
When you were 19, you said.
Yeah, started it, and then
That's awesome.
so then I did. I think I was 26, and I started Mattress by Appointment. I bought a mattress store,
Oh hell yeah!
but it was a franchise.
Mattress stores.
Yeah,
Was
So-
that during COVID?
No.
It ended at COVID. No, I had it for 8 years, but COVID killed it. Like it cost us like over 40 grand in debt
Because you got to pay for the mattresses.
because inventory never showed up.
Oh,
My
fuck.
employees suffered. I still paid them, and
Yeah.
it was a decision me and Emily had to make, and it was a hard decision on us.
Yeah.
And that's something that like I do regret. Like, and then I got an insurance for a while. And,
Insurance is dope.
but I did it with another person, and it didn't work out.
Hmm.
And then I started my own.
Is insurance like real estate where you have to work for a broker before you can become your own?
I'm a broker. No, you just got to.
You're a real estate broker or an
So
insurance
No,
broker?
insurance broker.
Insurance broker. Yeah, I know.
So there
Yeah,
is brokers for there.
Yeah,
there
but
is
it's not the same like real
tearing
estate.
down.
So in real estate, in order to become a broker, which means that you own your own real estate, but
We got to take it's a different.
Brokerage.
So
You have to work.
insurance broker. Well, there's insurance broker like underwriter broker.
an underwriter is mortgage.
Huh?
You said underwriter?
No, there's like so they have like carriers. They have like companies that so there's like carriers, middleman, independent agents.
Right. Wait. Hold on.
My
What's a
son's
carrier?
father owns an
carrier?
insurance agency as well. Nielsen's dad's dad owns an insurance
Like they're
agency.
like Progressive's a carrier.
Nelson's grandpa owns an insurance agency.
Owns an insurance agency that's been passed down through their lineage for like 4 years.
They're in Virginia.
I don't know what kind of
That's-
insurance you sell.
They're in like a ritzy neighborhood in Virginia. They
He's the
probably-
guy though. He owns the part of the agency where, like, I think if I remember correctly, he listens to people call and complain about crap.
Wait, he's not a customer service representative.
No. They own his dad's dad. The Gottwalds are insanely
No,
wealthy.
you
They
say-
own like petroleum and
so-
oil, but
So you
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like you own like an agency. Like
Okay.
so like
So you could
just
start
that's like a
without having an insurance license.
no, you have to have it.
Okay,
You
have to-
cannot
okay.
start anything without license.
Well, I mean, like you have to go to classes and become an insurance agent, right?
Yeah.
And then do you have to work under a broker for
No.
a certain amount of hours to that?
No.
Well, that's how in real estate you become an agent. You go to class, you become an agent, and then you work under a broker.
no. I think you can just take your
first-
broker's test.
No, you cannot.
You have to work
under a
under real
broker
estate. Yeah, he's right.
for
Oh,
a
damn.
certain amount of time. But
I
I mean,
was asking if insurance is the same. No.
no.
So you get you go to class, you get your
Nice.
insurance license, you can start your own business. I like that.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
what that's
It's pretty dope though.
Yeah.
It's
how
all
do
the
you, how do
relationship
you
there.
like it?
Does
Love
Oliver Insurance
Yeah.
Agency supply insurance for phone parties?
I mean,
Or-
if you need a GL or event, yeah,
Commercial insurance?
yeah, no. I sold. I think today I sold 5 policies.
We need a policy. I'll
Yeah.
talk to you about it.
Yeah, but I mean, no. But the thing is, like, I sold a policy at my buddy Rocky owns Cedar Swamp on Pass Road, the fishing shop. I sold a policy at his shop on the counter on my laptop, and then I had lunch at Captain Al's and sold a policy at her spot.
Okay, so
What's your favorite thing to eat at Captain Al's?
this
100%, really?
Yeah,
Ribeye sandwich. Are you serious, girl?
I was
do
okay. What's your
no.
favorite side?
crab salad.
crab salad. That's my boy. Okay, that's yep. I literally go to Captain Al's just for the crab salad.
Yeah.
I like the twice baked potatoes,
She loves sliced potatoes.
but also I like to eat like a bird. So
well, until
What do-
she's
what do
hungry.
you mean, like,
until she
Eat
wants
like
to
a
eat.
bird. What is that?
Like I'm like,
I
hey,
li-
I'm
I
like-
like legitimately will take like 3 or 4 bites while everyone else is having
All right,
dinner, and
so
I'm like,
today-
okay, I'm good. My
today
stomach's just not very
we're at the greenhouse
because I eat that way all the time.
in downtown Biloxi. She had to meet the
I was
she had to
hungry
meet
earlier.
Cassie the
I didn't eat
from
that.
the Wyatt Foundation. And so it was me and Knox because the other two, Nora and Nielsen, are in school.
Yeah, our middle
So I
child
was
just started
like,
school.
okay,
She's
you
4.
gotta go meet her. We have an office, so she was gonna meet her in our office. And I was like, all right, well, we're gonna walk over to the greenhouse. I'm gonna grab a coffee. I get in there. They've got a BLT, like TEA, like a BLTEA, like so it's a BLT. So, which is bacon, lettuce, tomato, egg, and avocado. I love avocado. I love a fried egg. I had to get it. Okay.
That's good.
It was so good. I got the whole grain wheat too. I made the health conscious decision. So proud of myself, and it was good. It was tasty.
No, dude. No.
I'm dead ass, bro.
Honestly,
So-
his sandwich
I know
looked
you
really
did.
good,
It was
and my
really good.
sandwich was crap.
No, that's bullshit. Because no one bullshit. That's
I
straight
wanted a
bullshit.
fucking,
No.
I wanted a
wanted-
roast beef po' boy
she
from Po' Boy
wanted-
Express, and
yeah.
he got me a chicken salad sandwich on wheat bread, which I don't even eat
With-
wheat bread.
Okay, so back
and
to
I
the
ate
story.
it, and it was
So
terrible.
I got that for Knox.
I ate like a couple bites.
my 2-year-old.
You
because
said you got it for us.
I got it for them
So
because
you got
I
it
was
for
like,
Knox and
she
me.
wants to go to Po' Boy Express. I'm gonna get this sandwich for Knox. I bet you she eats half of it, which she did. She did, but
I was
like
hungry.
like a bird, which so she didn't finish
He
even the
bought
whole
me bird
the
food.
whole half. And because she loves chicken salad, just so you know, just preface, like that's one of her things. She likes chicken salad. We usually keep chicken salad in the house. We'll go to Sam's, get a rotisserie for $5. I'll chop it up. She'll chop up some celery and carrots. We got chicken salad in the house.
Yeah, well, do you see how much he takes advantage of me being able to cook?
Oh, I love it.
Hey, I
dude.
know all her
All I
recipes.
gotta-
because
Bro, I just supply the ingredients and then it's there. Like whatever I want. It's great. Like you it's beautiful. Whenever her and this is back to the story of how we met, but whenever so I'm a big believer in like manifestation, right? Like, so you know about manifestation,
Yeah.
the law of attraction. You think about it, so be it. It is done, right? Okay, so I got really deep into that type of stuff, and I manifested everything that I ever wanted, and it was so amazing, and I still do it. But whenever, yeah, so that's like my
Blake's blunt
signature at
god,
the end.
Blake's blunt
I do
god.
these blunt talks.
He would be
I'll
like,
smoke a little
yada,
bit,
yada, yada,
and
yada,
I'll
yada, yada,
talk,
yeah.
talk,
And then he would be like,
oh yeah.
literally, he'd go, oh yeah,
I would
Carpe diem.
carpe diem.
I
yeah.
love
So seize
you.
the day, I love you, all that stuff.
Can I
So-
see it? Look for it.
Oh god.
Oh my god, dude! Stop. I'll look. Let her talk about something for a
Let me
second.
see your
I
vape
gotta
though. I
fin-
need to hit it.
All right, go ahead. I gotta finish the story because where was I? So the whenever her and it was this when we met, I was where I was. Whenever her and Nielsen walked out of that house, which is actually it's the house we live in now.
It's a house I'm remodeling. Yeah,
And,
where I was.
which it was not. It didn't look anything like it does now. But
I had moved back home for like 3 months
pull
and
up.
met him when I was here
So
for 3
she
months
says
and
this-
moved into that house for a quick
Stop.
second.
okay, so she
Hold on a second though. Matt Westover said, so this is a phone party that comes to your house or like a mobile phone party?
I mean, wouldn't that be considered the same thing? Come
No,
to your
well,
house and mobile?
No, because mobile insinuates we could go anywhere.
we
and
can go
we
anywhere
can.
with water and power.
I actually want
This is really
to.
good.
I want to buy a foam van so we have a generator and water reservoirs on there, and we can go anywhere, and we just have a foam party. Because right now, to have a foam party, you have to have water and power. That's the only requirement. We are mobile. We can come anywhere that has water and power. But if we buy this foam van, then we can do foam parties.
Yeah, that would be
literally
cool. But to answer
anywhere.
your question, it is a foam party we're a service. We're a rental party
Yeah,
service.
you can rent us out.
Really?
I'll come out.
All right.
Oh yeah.
I'll work it. You saw me working it.
I know.
You saw me. You saw me working it.
So all right. So let me announce my guests. We got Blake and Megan. What's up, guys?
Hi.
Hello, hi. How you doing?
Good. So Gulf Coast phone party. That is actually really good.
Established in 2022.
But that's really
right?
cool though.
What
That's
year is it?
really, I mean,
It's the first foam party in the
Yeah, so I've got a
on the
couple of
Gulf Coast.
piggybacks behind
It
me,
was
but
the first foam party business on the Gulf Coast, not just Mississippi, but on the Gulf Coast. There was no foam party businesses within like it was the closest one was where
like Tennessee or something.
it literally like it was a better option for us to like have the company send us a foam party for the weekend, which would have almost costed the same amount to buy it.
Well, yeah. So
So
when I originally, I
We're
found,
like hustlers. We're like, hey, buy it, and then
I told you
sell
we
more foam
came down
parties.
here.
We
Well,
did it for our kid.
well,
We got-
yeah,
we
okay.
literally, she was like, I want to have a foam
We have
party
a
for my
background,
2-year-old.
obviously, in like entrepreneurship, and we opened up our own studio in Los Angeles, and we do the promotions.
Mhm.
And if anyone,
can you
I
if
got you.
anyone knows,
Just ice?
if
Yep, yes, sir.
make me a drink.
anyone knows how promotions work, that is essentially like entrepreneurial work. It's you have to source your network. You have to make the sales work. You have to sell the promotions, and you have to make sense of them. And so And so within that being in our background, when I came down here, I had did a phone party for Nielsen in Los Angeles for like his 6th birthday or something. And it was actually, thinking back, the only company that offered that. I had seen one. So when you look up birthday parties, I don't know if anyone's ever done this in a bigger city, if you've ever been like out somewhere, like out of town for your family's birthday, and you're like, let's look up some shit for us to do. You're like, oh wow, this city has some cool stuff. Well, so it's like going down a list, and one of the options, there's like mobile game truck, which I think we have down here now, and one of the options was phone party, and it was the only thing, and I had no idea what it meant. And their machine was actually not as advanced as my machine, and this was back in Nielsen's 10, so he was turning 6, or he's about to be 11. This was 5 years ago. So he.
So like, but y'all bought the Canon, y'all bought all that stuff.
Yeah, I had looked up the same thing there, and I was like, let me look up. We came down here. It was Nora's 2nd birthday. I was like, what the hell are we gonna do? May 24th is her birthday. It's so hot. I was like, I want to do a phone party like we did for Nielsen. That would be cool. I looked it up, and the rental price as opposed to the purchase price for one machine, and I knew there were going to be a lot of offset costs to open a business, of course.
Cheers, good drink, bud.
But
help yourself.
when I looked at that cost, and it was just a little over, closer to double the cost, I was like, as an entrepreneur, I said, you know what? There's 4 options down here for moms and dads. You got the jump park, the skating rink, Lynn Meadows, and maybe the beach. Like, what else is there to do down here for birthdays? So I said, let me just open this up real quick. my grandmother, Nina needs to retire. Let's open this up, put her name on it, give her a reason to feel comfortable to retire. I did that. I opened it. And I mean, it literally has I do almost every school down here on the Gulf Coast. We do their water days and field days. I do tons of daycares. We do water days for all the little kids at the daycares early, 8 a.m. in the morning. They're out there running in foam. And then we do, we do events left and right, mainly because that's my passion. My passion is to foster community growth. And I have learned, or at least I just thought it would work, and then it, for whatever reason, worked when I did it. That hosting events within your community with local businesses would grow your community and grow the like love between your community rather than making them compete. And I believe people grow in numbers and not in competition.
Back to LA. So we got the phone party in LA. We for our kid's birthday. It was like a Russian woman, wasn't it? She say that again.
Said they were Russian.
Okay, just making sure we got that right. She had to be Russian. She had her kid out there with her. Who was like what, maybe 10, 12?
No, that dude looked like he was 20, but he was short. He was like 5'5".
No, he was a kid. There was a kid. She had her kid out there with her. So it was this lady and her kid, and they came out. We had like a public park that we did the party at. And I helped them get the water. We had to pop a fence
and they're trying to hook up to them. They needed water running to their cannon the whole time, and it just kind of spewed out. And I noticed
a foam party.
It was a foam party. It was great
with a foam party, and growing from there, we did like pop-up events. We did like big events, but we didn't have control over them. And when we were there, and then so whenever we came back home, and she had this idea to do the phone party for our daughter who it was turning 2. It made more sense to buy the Canon, and if we're buying the Canon, we're going to start a business.
Look, and to be real, let's just be real. Blake was not sure if this was going to work out. He made me do this all on my own, which is fine, but honestly, at the end of the day, I'm glad he did, because
and when she says that, she means she knows I'm the social media guy. I'm the guy who starts the online stuff.
We had grown a social media following on Blake's behalf.
Started. I do all that stuff. And so she was like, we need to do this. And I was like, well, then do it. You've watched me do it enough that you know how to do it. So do it. And so that's why she says that. And that's why I give her all the credit, because she did it. She started the LLC.
Well, I knew it's not that. I knew how to do all that. It's that I needed Blake to help me push the growth on it, because Blake had a social network we had built the social network growth on Blake's
Yeah,
platform.
but I have
in
a
my
global
name-
network. I have a global
Okay,
network,
sorry.
and that's not beneficial for local businesses.
It-
Just
no.
serious. I'm so serious.
Well, so this is the attitude I got in the beginning. This is
It's-
why he refused to help me, and he was growing
It's
this
the truth.
shrimp
can-
company
look,
with his dad at the time. So
I can help you build your podcast because I have a global network. I cannot help Captain Al's sell more shrimp because I don't have. It's the local is different. It's just a different thing. Like we talked about this. I think
Yeah.
at the
You do.
local marketing.
well, long
is
story
different.
short,
than
I
global. It's just
busted out a
different.
website. I made a website. I designed it on my own. I created the Facebook page, the Instagram page. I organically, when I say organically, I messaged, and this is free work advice. I messaged every person I knew, every person I knew,
Literally.
and every person they knew
I'm
on my
talking
She's a
personal
hustler with that
on my
shit.
personal account.
thousands
Yeah.
I'm talking
of Facebook
hundreds of messages of the
messages.
same exact message.
Same thing.
Days after days, I would make new
Relentless.
posts and I would say, "Hey, will you share this post today? Hey, I opened a new company. Will you share it?" Because people know who you
And that's why we do a lot of stuff in OS.
and when you
because
build a
that's where she's
network
from.
of people
the
who know
people
you,
she-
they're willing to do things for you. And also, I am a loyal person. Everyone I know down here with a business, you can ask them. I shop there. I spend my money there. I spend my time there, and I do not ask you for a discount. Because I know you does not mean that you.
like what
I
she-
pay you for your services because that is your business and that is how you're making your money. And I respect that growth and I want to help foster that. And
For
so,
instance, if she makes a post and she like yesterday, she was like, "Hey, we need shirts. Who can make shirts today?" And there was like 20 something people that responded, and
Did y'all make sure for this podcast?
well.
no,
Maybe.
these were already in the
These
queue
were-
since
these were in the-
May.
No, but
actually.
I'm
today.
talking about different shirts. We-
Funny, I was actually mad
goes
about
back
these
to-
shirts
to the-
because I ordered
to the
them in
other
May and
company.
she's had my outfits since May and she just got them
This was
done today.
different.
But
wasn't
they're
a good
really great. And that actually falls into what I'm saying because I'm a very loyal person. In May, I put this order in. I left multiple messages. There were miscommunications between us, and I still went and picked up the shirts and ordered them and
She
allowed
did.
her to put in a new order
I was
and
like-
they're sponsors on my event. So like as of today, I don't burn I allow opportunities to grow off of mistakes because here's
Generally,
some good
people have
advice.
a good heart.
Here's some good advice. Hard
Generally.
conversations are good conversations because they foster growth.
They do, and that's
They
that's
cultivate growth.
quote unquote Charlie Kirk. Do you like Charlie Kirk?
I don't know.
Okay, you got to look up Charlie Kirk. He's on YouTube. Charlie Kirk.
Someone said that to me recently.
He's
also.
he's like a Republican. He's Republican. I think he's probably has something to do with the Donald Trump campaign. I would imagine he's probably getting paid through them. I know that the Republican Party pays him. He goes around the colleges, and he creates a narrative about the conservative side of things, like God created man, and then he created woman, and then children, and so there's like a hierarchy there. He's like on that type of stuff, and then as far as like political stuff, like he's more conservative, and he goes to these college campuses and he opens up conversation, and he invites the people who disagree with him to talk first, because like she said, say it again, constructive
I said hard conversations are good conversations because they cultivate growth.
are good conversations because they cultivate growth. That's kind of like his mindset.
Speak
That's
it
what-
into existence.
So we're like, hey, if somebody disagrees with us, come talk to us about it. Let's not go to war. Let's not shoot each other. That's how civil war happens and stuff. Like you gotta.
So my quote on this is, if you're passionate, fuck it, send it, work your ass off, create, and push yourself.
God put that on your heart.
Yeah,
for a
look, don't be
reason.
scared to say it. Don't be scared to be turned down or be told no to. Don't be
rejection's
scared.
always been a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Honestly, it kind
Look
of
at the
like
law of averages. You have to go like if you're a decent salesman, you're 1 out of 10.
and if you
if
don't know
you're-
what you're doing, a no is a great thing because you get to start all over.
Name
the
a
next
person.
time.
Tell me a person that knows what they're doing.
No, I can't name one.
Trump
Absolutely.
might.
Maybe
Trump's
Elon-
doing
no,
pretty well.
hold on.
Come
Maybe
on.
Elon.
Come on,
You're
I
about to say
think
Elon.
Trump's got an underlying goal. I am.
If anybody knows what they're doing,
Elon's a psycho.
Elon knows what he's doing. He might not tell us what he's
Andrew
doing.
Tate acts like he knows what he's doing,
No,
but he
Tate-
don't.
Andrew Tate doesn't know what he's doing.
I cannot. I cannot
How about
even.
y'all?
Everybody's winging it. That was my greatest realization, is that nobody has it figured out. We're all winging it.
But I mean, when it comes to the idea of y'all doing the phone party, of being a part of like the community, going to LA, which is you're from OS, you're Biloxi,
Gulfport.
same thing.
Nope.
They put you in the fucking same line.
Nope.
I'm Ocean Springs.
I know.
So,
What year did you
You're
graduate,
St.
Jordan?
Martin.
no, I dropped out. I got my GED.
I thought you were St.
When?
Martin. You're St.
Yeah.
What year
St.
would you
my
have
dad had a-
graduated?
So my mom, like, so my parents had a place. My mom had a place in Latimer,
Okay.
so my
That's
right by Crew Thirst Country Corner.
That's a Gulfport kind of. Yeah.
No, I mean, it was
Wait, no,
actually
Latimer.
50
I'm sorry.
yeah, St.
OS.
Martin.
Yeah,
And
St.
then my
Martin,
dad had a house in Halstead, downtown
Oh, that's
OS.
OS. Okay. So,
So,
yeah. So okay. So my mom, Gulfport, Park Place, College Park, Anniston. That's Gulfport.
I grew up in
I was
GPE.
born and raised in Gulfport. My dad, Long Beach. So I've got like
fuck your dad.
Nah.
I had some Long Beach friends. I don't know. I mean,
I
Like,
love my dad.
There's a lot of
Me and my dad actually like he's super non-confrontational. So my dad will never say that we're butting heads, but I'm more real. Like I'm not afraid
My
to
parents
say.
got a place on Porter Avenue in Ocean Springs.
Me and my dad don't agree on a lot of things.
But I'm saying,
But same with my mom too. And that was something that you have to grow and learn, and that it's like just because those are your parents, that that
see this table right here?
your
Just
vision is not invalid.
I'm just saying right here. See this table?
Yeah.
My stepdad, he's 78. He built this table when he was 18 years old. He's he Girl Scouts don't have to pay sales tax because my stepdad.
I was about to say, this looks like the table
Wait,
my
you said
brother
you-
flipped over
Girl
when he was
Scouts.
5.
My stepdad
Very old school.
passed a bill. He's a lobbyist. He's an attorney from Ole
Okay.
Miss.
Oh hell yeah.
But the reason Girl Scout, like when you go get like $5 box of
Hotty toddy.
mints, like you don't have to pay sales tax because he wrote a bill into that.
That's
He's
awesome.
pretty like he's like a typewriter. He reads everything. I buy him a gift. He reads the manual.
He
It's,
reads the whole,
it's kind of
No,
annoying.
and
It's annoying as a
it's
son.
annoying.
That's my dad.
She gets annoyed.
Mhm.
Whenever I'm in like my passion, I didn't want to really talk about it very much, so we'll keep it short. But cannabis is
No,
that's-
we're-
that's
dude.
my passion. Like I felt it on my heart from a very early age. Like I'm talking 14, maybe younger. That this is not something that's bad. And so it didn't make sense to me. Why is this illegal? Like alcohol, having kids, I'd rather my kid go fucking smoke a joint than go get wasted off alcohol. Like that's because it's not the same. It's not even comparable. It's different.
Well,
And
I'll say that our kids probably won't be smoking anytime soon.
and I'm not.
And
gonna
the reason for that-
my kids aren't going to do.
It's not about that. The reason for that is because they watch us smoke.
Yeah.
They are around us daily. They know exactly
They're
what
not
it
even
is. I
interested
have
in
a
it.
medical
They're like,
license
"Oh."
to smoke, and I've had one since I've
You
had a
were-
medical license since 2017, since I got out to California.
Yeah.
The second I could get one, I got a
in
medical license.
2017, it was still. It was. I think 2017 might.
It was
It was either
recreational.
2017 or 2018 that was the year that California went recreational. So prior to that, it was medicinal. You had to go through like I did it. I got when I first got to California working for Ellie, I got online. She told me, she showed me where to go, the website, and I just got online. It was like a quick little online call. You get on there, they give you a prescription. So but you have to have the qualifying conditions, of course, but it wasn't like you have to go into the doctor and they're like examining you. It was just like, hey, I have this thing.
Yeah, it's a literal phone call.
I need a prescription. And they're like, okay, yeah.
The
sounds
doctor's
good.
like, do
We'll
you
give the
have pain
permission."
here, here,
Yeah.
here? You say yes, yes,
Like,
yes.
you have anxiety? Okay, cool. Like we'll give you the prescription. So it was like that.
Although
And then
my license was a little more real. I
Her trauma's
actually
real.
do have chronic trauma, chronic anxiety that I've been prescribed Xanax for since I was 15 years old. And
in Mississippi,
um,
she has a medical license. I don't. So
and I have
everything
some
that I deal with
PTSD that I got my
is
license
on-
for here in Mississippi.
and she did. She went to the doctor. They gave her the license. So she has a legal medical marijuana license. What I am talking about is still cannabis. So cannabis has two different sections. There's cannabis sativa L is categorized in two different ways. So there's hemp, which is federally legal, and they have marijuana, which is federally illegal. So if you want, I can stop right there and tell you about the term
Keep going.
marijuana.
Keep going.
No.
No, okay, we won't go there. So essentially, and that is just a funny term to me. Marijuana is hilarious. So but the technical classification of marijuana is if it's a cannabis derived product that has greater than 0.3% delta 9 THC. So I deal with anything that is cannabis that has less than 0.3% delta 9 THC. So
It's considered hemp.
That's considered hemp. That's we have a license to wholesale distribute.
So currently
hemp
we just
products.
opened up a wholesale distribution company, Better Hemp Co, to cultivate, or not to cultivate, but to distribute wholesale
distribute and process
from cultivators that we networked with in California who are able to produce.
Anyway, this all started
THCA
because
now.
we were talking about the reading. I just remembered. We were talking about reading. Remember we were talking about reading?
Yeah.
I sat there and read the entire Farm Bill, which is, I mean, if you've ever read any piece of legislature, that's crazy. To read an entire document like that is insane. And I had to reread because it's legalese as they describe it. And it doesn't make sense to the ordinary mind. But when you break it down, essentially what it looks like is that the legislators knew the lawmakers, the people who write the bills. They knew, like, it was your stepdad who probably wrote. I would imagine lobbyists probably write a lot of the bills, give them to the legislators.
Not on weed though.
No, it's cannabis. So,
But no, it's still weed.
So weed.
What is weed to you?
Yeah.
Life.
Weed is life.
Take it however you want. Separate it.
What do you mean life?
I think for me, like smoking pot, marijuana.
Do you smoke?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
What do you smoke, flower or concentrates?
Depends.
Okay, so
gummies are not good. Like I'll tell you right now,
like as in they don't affect you, or you don't like them.
A lot of products that are on the market.
They're just not comfortable.
So you don't like? You're saying you don't like them?
I don't mind a couple.
It's the body high. You don't like the body high that it sits in on.
No, to me it sounds like you've gotten
edibles
some
or
gummies that are made with distillate. Distillate is
where are you go? Hold on, what are you referencing?
To get the distillate to make those gummies, you have to basically process trash. So if the beginning product is not good, then the end product is not going to be good. And most of those gummies that you're talking about are made with trash.
What gummies are you referring to? Are you getting them here or in
if you had a live rosin gummy, which was like a solventless extract that came from a really good high quality whole plant, and then it was solventlessly extracted through ice water. And
I think I've only bought River Remedy gummies
from down here.
That's local, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so a lot of the
only company here that's doing rosin.
Have you ever had gummies from a recreational state?
Have you ever had any rosin gummies?
Just from a recreational state that has this state is medical, and it's very controlled.
There's still rosin. I've had a rosin gummy. I have.
Still the same thing.
Gummies don't work for me. I don't like them.
They do affect you though, yeah.
I like flour.
So for me, I over metabolize edibles.
She does not. If we
can
gave her
eat as many as you want to give me, and they won't touch
gummies,
me.
You wouldn't even know it
because I'm over metabolizing it. So I'm asking, does it not affect you, or you just don't like the way it feels?
I don't like the way it feels.
That's a lot of people, and so because of that, that's a lot of that has to do with the delta 9 property, the psychoactive property that is produced in a low quality delta 9 plant. A lot of the products around here are very low quality grown. When you get into a higher grow process, a more cultivated grower, those products, the psychoactiveness is a lot different. And so also though, the gummies you're eating from down here are all distillate based.
It's not
actually flour.
It's not like a mental thing that I deal with. I just don't like the body high of it.
Yeah, you don't like being slumped. Like
it's so stupid.
It's so annoying.
It's so weak. It's so annoying.
Like you want to go to sleep.
I don't want that. Have you ever messed with like psychedelics?
Yeah.
Okay,
Sure.
so let
Mushrooms.
me just
Yeah,
put this into perspective. So the stuff that you're getting is like when you get clean psychedelics, there's no hangover effect, right? That stuff you're getting, one of the reasons why you don't like that body high is because the material being used is not clean. When you have a cleaner product, that feeling is a lot different. The psychoactives are a lot different, and the inflammatory process is a lot different.
So can I tell you something real quick though?
Yeah.
Everybody's different. The way you even
Yes.
interact with your conversation with him,
Yes.
pain level, whole different lifestyle. So the way you control your mindset,
100%.
it affects the way you even smoke. Like
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can be you're smoking with you is like everybody's
It's
different.
like my anxiety medicine.
So, but everybody's
and it's
different.
mind over matter.
Yeah.
And then there's different levels to that. So if you're like, so cannabis, I believe, was a plant that was
hold up. In September, we're dropping our Carter's Champions.
Yeah.
Fuck cancer.
Fuck cancer strain.
It's 27% indica, but it's a straight indica high.
Which is indicas are what like patients need. Like, so in medical patients, I mean, when I say medical patients, I mean cancer patients.
Yeah.
If you have epilepsy, so you're having seizures, like that's indicas are what's gonna bring that down, because that goes back to the body thing. So indicas are more like of a body high. They're gonna make you feel heavier. And there's this thing called the entourage effect. Have you heard of the entourage effect?
I'm not LA, so no.
So I kind of
What does
learned.
that
I started
mean?
learning about this before I moved to LA. LA was
No, I'm from Mississippi.
LA.
So am I.
LA really just opened the access and availability. Like all this is available on the internet. Like I was like 13 or 14 years old I had like a PS3 and it had browser capabilities. So I would go on the browser, and I actually found that there was studies that said that cannabis had 0 carcinogenic effects. So when you smoke tobacco, say it's like a 50% carcinogenic effect. When you smoke cannabis, it was like a 0% carcinogenic effect. And then whenever you smoke cannabis and tobacco together, it was like a 90%
Are you calling a split? Are you saying a split right now?
No.
split, yeah.
So yeah, like or like a blunt,
Like
if you
half
roll,
tobacco, half
if
weed.
you roll your weed in tobacco. So what I was under the impression of was from the jump, and I felt it from the experience, and then I also felt it from the research I did on that PS3, that cannabis is not harmful and tobacco is, and cannabis is illegal and tobacco is legal. And I was like, what the fuck? Why would they fucking make this shit that causes cancer legal, and the shit that doesn't cause cancer that's actually? And as I dug deeper, I learned that so there's certain formulas, like if you add THC to CBD, that does like, so THC does one thing and then CBD does another thing. And so it's like one thing and one thing, but when you add them together, they do one thing and one thing plus a third thing. So as you add these cannabinoids together, actually what you find is that when there's harmful cells in your body, it creates cellular apoptosis. So that's when the cell sees that it's got something harmful growing in it and decides to kill itself. So like cancer cells, if they're bad, they kill themselves.
But just like any medicine, like Tylenol, like fever reducer, all that stuff, cannabis is nonetheless a mask. So
no, it's actually, but
it's a mask in a sense
once
that
you get
it
to
is
the point of the cancer's taking over your whole body, then it's
you nut it. You nut it.
Cheers, brother.
Thank you.
Once you've reached the point of no return with cancer.
Yeah. And what a mask does, so
eat.
when you have a cold and you take Mucinex or whatever, your symptoms go away for what, 3 hours, 4 hours. It's the same thing this does, but once you've reached that point, you're just using it so much that you're maintaining your time. And so
once you're past the point of no return,
right?
Like once your cancer has eaten up your whole body, and there's no chance that even if your body does cellular apoptosis to every single cell that's harmful, if a body did that, it would kill itself.
I will say, we gave my grandmother was 4 times on breast
becomes,
cancer. She lied on her.
And you might know the term of it. What's the term for if you're gonna die, like you're terminal,
hospice,
and they're gonna give you like some type of care
That's
that
hospice.
that is to manage that like until you die. That's not hospice.
You go on hospice. It's like the
That's
most
hospice.
terminal care.
Okay, so essentially that was how it became legal in the first place medicinally.
So I got into weed because I have cerebral palsy. I'm a Shriner's kid. So
Does it help you? Are there any?
no, because I was like on like 4 Lortabs a day.
Fuck that shit.
No, but doctors,
Fuck
because
that
I'm
shit.
Is that
actually
shaking?
handicapped.
Fuck those doctors.
No, I just don't feel like 20% of my right foot. So this foot right here,
So party.
I can move this foot like this. This foot, I have no control. Like this is like I was a kid. Like I'm born with this. Like
what
so,
is cerebral palsy? Sorry,
it's like a numbness of your leg. Like it's like
a spinal issue,
Okay.
or is it a nerve thing?
it's a nerve thing. For
Okay,
sure.
it's a nerve
So
thing.
It's all muscles too,
What
but-
kind of properties do you feel like you gain from smoking, from
Like what benefit?
consuming, whether it's an edible or a concentrate or a tincture or whatever you want to go for?
Have you ever been so high that you could move that foot?
I mean, I have.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been a little bit.
Okay.
So that's what I was about to say about
Yeah.
my grandma. There was 4 times on her on breast cancer. She called us.
Do you
She's
want me
a
to be-
Bible
do you want me to
thumper.
be
She
serious about
called
how
us
I look
and
at life?
begged us
Yeah.
for.
Or it's like, for instance, like y'all have like 4 good feet right here. I think y'all are like y'all are very blessed,
Bless you.
and you better keep up with me.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
no,
that's
no. I'm being honest with you, because
I-
it comes with pain. Because like you've never had have you ever had a back spasm? Have you ever been paralyzed for a day?
no.
Had 4 pregnancies,
But
have you ever been
but no,
Paralyzed, like you couldn't even move your arms.
absolutely
I remember
not.
playing Halo one time, and I hit something on my side, and I was paralyzed for a day. I couldn't move. I couldn't even fucking move my arms or anything.
That's
You were
crazy.
Did you have to call for somebody?
My mom came and got me.
Holy fuck, man.
I couldn't even move my arms, nothing, but it went away. So I have a lot of nerve damage.
Is it? And I bet you that's probably something that you have in the back of your mind. That
Yeah,
you're,
no shit. You're on my podcast.
yeah, you're like at any time
Yeah.
this might happen again. Even
So
though,
currently,
how old were you when that happened?
I was 17.
But and still to this day, 30.
You're at my house on my podcast. You've been in my nonprofit. Like
Yeah,
you've
you're
been like
You're like
reason
fuck that.
those are
Yeah.
some of the reasons why we're doing what we're doing right now with our startup. So we created Better Hemp Co., which is it's a hemp company, but what me and Blake are focused on is THCA. And THCA is essentially, just to put into easy terms for everyone, the same thing you're buying from the dispensary with a more experienced grower in a higher in a more experienced grow room,
Well, so
a
okay.
higher quality grow room.
In order for and this goes back to the legislators. So I think that the legislators knew what they were doing. They knew if they passed this bill this way, that it would open a door for people that are intelligent to pick up
People
on
who were in the
and-
cultivating side of it, right? Who
people like-
understood it.
like real smart people, not people that are just like, I want to fucking grow some weed and make some money. Like if you go and-
People who cared about it
if-
and who
Yes.
Mockingbird,
yeah,
and who are
so
smart.
If you
allegedly. Sorry.
yeah, allegedly. So everybody knows like AZ brickweed, like that was like Reggie, back in the day. Like you get some Reggie, it was bricked up, it was some fucking bullshit.
Yeah, like if you
it
got a
had
big chunk of hard weed, you thought you
it
were
had hella
cool.
seeds in it, like
The more seeds you got, the
stems.
more you thought you were cooler because you could try and attempt to grow it more.
But that was
Involved.
that cannabis. That was still cannabis, but it was considered marijuana because those growers don't have the knowledge for one, and the desire for two, or the technology or the know-how to grow indoors at a high level that to keep the plant inside of a regulated environment that's going to prevent the THCA from degrading.
And if you
and to
look at the
B9.
track record for cannabis in California, California is the #1 leading state in the United States
So
that is advanced on cultivation.
have you ever met John Jordan?
No,
I'm not good with names though.
I don't know who that
So
is.
John Jordan owns Con Life
Okay. Con Life is
at Pascagoula.
on KHAN.
Huh? What?
How do you spell it? KH? Is it KHAN? Because there's a YouTuber.
No, it's
Con.
Kind Life.
Oh, Kind Life. Oh,
Yeah,
Kind
Kind
Life. Oh shit, that was a little bit of that southern drawl. Kind.
You're not gonna fuck. I mean, that's family from Pascagoula. Like his parents own Turf Masters. They've been doing lawn service for.
Do they have a medical marijuana business?
It's massive.
What is it called?
Dude,
Kind Life.
I would. My mindset is
I
not.
haven't. Is it? It's down
competitive.
here.
My mindset.
Yeah, dude, it's in all the medical
Well,
clinics.
I will say
if you
we
showed
might
us a
be.
picture, we would probably know.
Yeah, so we pay a lot of attention to names, but going along with what we have with the whole idea of what we're trying to cultivate down here, which is community growth, a lot of people are not willing to talk to you when they don't know who you are. So what we're doing right now is building a brand and a name for ourselves, and we are working with a lab out of Ocean Springs, mainly who we know very well. And we are in a lot of communication with them. So a lot of
It's all about relationships.
a lot of our networking is with them. And so while we don't know them, we probably have seen their brand. And
Although I will say, shout out the Magnolia Healing in OS, and shout out Greenhouse Social. They are the only producers in the state who I would consider they're
the only ones putting out rosin in the state.
They're putting out, and we've seen there was another brand that did rosin carts. But they are the only ones consistently putting out rosin, which is solventless extract, like dabs, and at a high quality. So all the growers in the state want to work with Greenhouse Social.
All the growers in the state, ironically enough, are from California. A lot of them are from California. You have a lot of California growers who came down here to Mississippi.
To get in the medical marijuana business down here, dude, you gotta have a lot.
So
of money.
who are y'all partnered with for the
Kind Life.
It's Kind Life?
For me, yeah.
Okay.
Are they a cultivator?
Huh?
Are they a cultivator? Yeah. I would love, dude. My mindset is
You ain't fucking with John Jordan. I'm telling you right now.
Well, let me finish what I was saying because
John Jordan was like, he's been on my podcast. He would sit here and be like, "So teach me how you grow a plant."
He knows how.
He got caught up with trafficking. He got arrested for
my grandma. When my grandma
in Colorado, like his dad's like, "Son, chill out." Like he went to. Like he got a lot of shit against him because he grew up. I think John's probably 45. He went through hell, and his dad said, "Son, I'll build you I think it's $3 or $4 million operation in Pascagoula."
Is that pause? Is that the cost of the build out, or is that the cost of the licensing?
No, it's not licensing. No, it's his
build out.
The build out.
He built a $4 million facility.
Kind Life is in 130 stores.
We love the cultivation
to somebody
process.
Like him. He could. I know it cost him a lot of money to get that license, but if he gave up that license and he got a federal hemp license, we could provide the genetics and we could bring on the experts that know how to grow THCA flower.
I was about to say, to answer your question,
turn his business
when my grandma came out to our house in California,
to a nationwide,
she was the one watering our weed plants. We had an entire grow set up, and my grandmother, because she's a gardener, was literally putting. She was checking the pH levels. She was measuring out nutrients, and she was full on watering every single mother plant.
Plants.
Yeah, so I mean, like we would love to sit and talk about cultivation and grow. But our main goal here, and the reason why we opened Better Hemp is on the hemp side is because we want to change the bad that's down here and just bring the good. We want to take the good cultivations and the good grows in the healthier part of this and bring it down here, because people down here don't know what they're doing and they wanted to make money. While there are some people who are doing a really great job, and we would love to be on their side and partner with them and help these other places grow so that the whole place grows.
We're all about collaboration. Not competition.
We would love to sit and talk about cultivation.
I have a competition mindset.
How can they find you?
They can hit me up, dude.
My office is at 796 B Howard Avenue, right next to Blue Club.
Hit me up on
Better
Instagram.
Hemp Co. Look me up.
Yeah, Instagram is at
Finder
at Spaceship
IGs.
BG.
Yeah.
Love
it. If you want to find us on
DM
Facebook,
Gulf Coast Phone Party at any time.
Yeah, DM Gulf Coast Phone Party. I've got the Meta Business Suite, so we get messages on that all day long. I didn't want to talk about cannabis too much.
I love cannabis.
I love it too.
Me too.
I really do. I love
fuck
it.
off.
Yeah, fuck off, motherfuckers.
Yeah, it's a great thing to talk about.
It's a great thing. It's a great thing because this is something that has been utilized for what?
Ever.
which could arguably have been billions of years, and we're talking about the last 100 that they've decided, oh no, these Mexicans
we're
are
excited-
bringing marijuana from over the border, so marijuana's bad. Like, okay,
We're excited to host a big
no.
event for cannabis too, because one of the main things I do is events. I like to host events.
we
And
didn't even talk about the Sunday.
I'm sorry now. Like, let's close this out because I really want to listen to music. I love you guys. Links in the bio. I love you guys. Let's close this shit up. Like,